Down here, we're testing this 68 area. The next lower level is the 67s for support. We're back in the 70s now. We're going to pause this video and see if we can get a position here. This area is right where the initiative buying came in, down in the 70s, 68, 70s. Looks like we might have missed this one. Should have picked up the 68s. We're halfway through the K period also. We missed the 68s. We're going to take the 71 and a quarters here. Long 271 and a quarters. Well, that was a quick fill. The 71 and a quarters was a good second choice since we missed the 68s. Looks like we're testing the J period high again. So we'll see. There was 1281 cross trade at the 74s. Couldn't get up past the 74 and a quarters. But for us, down at the 71.25s, we have a break even at 68, and we'll target the close like we were on the last trade. Well, the market's not making it easy to stick with your original entries and still maintain. There's the stop. Still maintain any large target. The 5-point rotations up and down, up and down. Stand by. Only got a point and a quarter on that trade. I thought that was the one. It went up to a double top at the E period high and stalled out. Now we need to look for another re-entry. The 70s, 71s here. We don't have any obvious entry, no big huge cross trade. But they sure did come down and take the 71.25s out. Alright. We're right in the middle of the K period. Well, actually we have 7 minutes to the L period. We're making higher lows and almost made higher highs. Oh man, oh man. Alright, we're going to take the 72.50s if we can get them. There's the 72.50s. Alright, we got two long at 72.50. Our target for the first contract is a 74 fill, and our break even will go in at 72.50. Alright, there's the 74 fill, so our break even now is 72.50. Well, we're up here near the E and K periods high, retesting the 76s almost. We need to break through the 76 area. See positive deltas in the pullback column. This could be enough momentum to get us up through the 76s. There was 1300 cross trade at 76. Alright, this number's building. There you go. There you go. That's probably enough to get us past the 76s. I have 80 here as a question mark target and close right next to it. Would be nice to have the wherewithal to stay with this trade to the close. I just don't know if I do. And it would be a nice January to end at 80. It would give us a nice rebound after a significant loss. Alright, the L period just opened up. Well, we're going to salvage the rest of this trade and get out of here at the 74s and tell you why in a second. Out at 74. The reason I decided to get out at the 74s is, well, a little bit nebulous, but I'll tell you the reason. We have a balanced 5-day profile, and we just tested the 78.50s, which is right at the upper limit of the profile, and if we don't break out over that 5-day balance, then the normal reaction would be a rotation back down toward the point of control of that profile, which is in the 1350s. Granted, the structure of today is higher highs and higher lows, which would, you could argue, would be a good reason to break out of the upper profile limit there. But we gave away, a lot of profit today, probably 20 points. You know, a lot of trades, 3-4 points, retracements, stopped us out, didn't get back in. Some trades who did get back in. At least I got an extra 1.5 on that trade in case we do rotate, you know, down toward the KJIH period lows. If not, then there's a good chance we will break out over the upper limits, and then we'll run. So we'll keep an eye out for that also. We are getting back along the trend at 77.25. Boy, talk about poor trade location there. Jeez. But the reason we got back aboard is it seems that the market wants to break out above that 5-day distribution. And if it can on this attempt, then the market should move pretty quick above the L period high. Let's see if this trade is right. All right, we got our fill at 78.50 and our break-even stop is 77.25. Might get stopped out again. Let the market run a little bit. There's 77.25, so we're out of the market. I wouldn't be surprised though, now that we're out of the market, that it breaks above the upper limits there in 79 and runs, but they got me out. Well, we only made 1.25 on that, and we're still consolidating up here at the upper limits of the 5-day distribution. I'd like to take a position. This feels like the market wants to break. It's got about an hour left in the session. You know, you just hate to keep buying higher and higher and higher prices, considering we had bought lower earlier. But that's another point. That was way back in the H period. God, if I could ever be patient and go from the 57s to the 87s, it'd be a wonderful thing. It's trying to break out over this L period high here. This is the limit. See a lot of activity on the ask here, but the price isn't moving anywhere. That's passive orders probably selling the upper limits here. We're above the intraday high now. Just about a point. This is an area where you could have some stop running. Still see cross trade and not going anywhere. The point of control in this upper distribution is down toward the 66 area. That could be the last hurrah for the L period. If so, we missed an entry to the short side initially. We talked about the cross trade. Up here, but didn't act on it. We could react again if we get back into the 78s. Pause video here. That would be a trade contrary to the market direction. Well, we're back in this area testing all this cross trade. If you wanted to take a counter trend trade, this is what you're looking for to see if you can get any kind of additional cross trade, or if in fact it can't get back up into that area with any conviction. There's the retest right up here in the upper limits. Alright, we're going to take the short here at 79. Short 2 at 79. See if we can nab a little short position on the 79s. If it breaks above, we could be in trouble though. We're keeping an eye on the cross trade. We don't see much volume activity up in this area. These trades could convert though, which could push us above the upper limit and on our short covering rally. So I'm not real thrilled about the 79 trade if we don't get a quick downtick. I also see 1100 up here at 79.50. That makes me feel a little bit better. Some more people were selling at that price, selling at the limit, even though it looks like an ask price. So we're looking for a 77 3/4 tick, and then we'll set our stop at break even. Alright, there's our 77 3/4 tick. We got our fill. We'll stop at break even at 79. Our target is 5 points below us. at 74. We still anticipate a potential breakout in the next hour, so we'll see if we get down to 74 and get our target. We are going to take the 77s here. This cross trade is just too much for the market to penetrate to the downside, so we're going to take a couple more points and wrap this trade.